Now the third scenario is slightly tricky one. Scenario 2 is about discrete variables or categorical variables. Scenario 1 is standalone imputation for a continuous variable. For a continuous variable, you have most of the data present, very small portion of the data missing or erroneous or outliers, whatever issue, let me call that as issue, whatever is the type of issue, remaining a lot of data is clean, then you do the standalone imputation. The second one is if you have categorical data, then mean or median doesn't make sense. Then you have to do this cross tab, compare the category with the category that has issue. So this is a category that has issue. Based on the category that is clean, you start drawing the comparisons and try to impute them based on this category. Now the third scenario is slightly different. Here in this scenario, there is one common point. More than 90% of the data is clean. More than 90% of the data is clean. What about if there is a large portion of the data that has issues? Imagine a data set where you have only 40% of the data that is clean, 60% of the data that has issues, or let me take even other extreme. You have only 10% of the data that is clean, 90% of the data that has issues, or 90% missing. Can somebody tell me what should I do? 10% clean, 90% of the data missing. Make a guess what we should do here.
You can't use that column.
We can't use it. Drop it, was. Just drop it. That's it. Drop this column. It's better to drop the column rather than using 10% clean, 90% missing column. It's more harmful to use a partial wrong data rather than dropping that. Do you agree with that point? If there are a lot of issues inside a column, having partial data sometimes may hamper your analysis in a wrong manner. Now, try to think beyond it. Can you extract something out of it? Like before dropping, can you do something? Can I have at least a small piece of information out of this? Yes, I can drop it. But is there anything that I can extract some portion of information? Let's say this variable itself is income variable. In this income variable, I have only 10% of the places where income is available. Okay. So $10,000, $15,000, $25,000, $12,000, etc. I know that I cannot find the mean of this and then replace it with it. It's not a right option. Yeah. Yeah. What can we do with that? So we can drop it. Or let me give you a simple example. Instead of dropping it income variable, create income indicator. Sometimes it helps. Create income indicator. Ignore the income original value. Wherever it is available, you put 1, 1, 1, 1 there. Wherever it is not available, you put 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 there. Is this right information or wrong information? What about this column? Is it correct column or not? 1 means income is available, 0 means income is not available. Is this right info or tweaked info? Is there anything wrong by keeping it? No, there is nothing wrong. Then maybe you can use this later on in the model. Maybe there is some pattern, who knows? Out of all the people whose income is available, then there is a high bad rate. Then it might be helpful as a good variable for prediction. Out of the whole people who did not declare their income, maybe there is a low bad rate or high bad rate, whichever is it. Maybe this can be further used. Instead of totally dropping it, maybe you can squeeze some juice out of it. Then you can create an indicator variable. Sometimes these indicator variables work like magic. Are you getting it? What I'm trying to do here, if a variable, in which scenario more than 50% of the data has issues, or maybe 90% or 60-70% of the data has issues, less than 50% of the data is clean. In that case, you have to drop the original variable. That's all right. You have to drop it, but You can also create an indicator variable. It is harmless. In fact, it may help you later on. I'm not sure it will definitely help you, that I cannot promise, but it is harmless. You can keep it like this. Now, one of the questions that I received in the chat window is, what if 90% of the data is missing in the target variable? Only 10% is available. Try to think about it. What if 10% is available in the target variable? 90% is missing. What I should do? Tell me. What can we do in this scenario?
Can't work with the data. I mean,
No, no way we can proceed. No way to proceed. We cannot proceed. That's it. Because target itself, are you predicting? You're doing this whole exercise to predict the target, whether customer will be good or bad. In the beginning itself, if we are saying that I don't know whether the customer will be good customer or bad customer, this info itself is not there. Only 10% of the data is there. And if it is not a significant portion, then we cannot work with it. Because 10% of the information, I'm not sure that is a true representation of the population. If I assume that this 10% is representing the population, somehow I tweak it, somehow if I build the model, it is bound to go wrong. We will end up giving loans to all the risky customers. Not a good scenario. It is as good as saying we don't have the data. That is why companies, they have to buy the data from bureaus. Most of the times your guess is right. This much of the data will not be there. That's why there will be some bureaus that maintain this data. We have to buy the data from bureaus. Okay. But have you understood this indicator variable creation? All of you, can you confirm that? Can you acknowledge this? If, instead of totally dropping it, maybe we can create an indicator, either 0 or 1. If it works, it works. Otherwise, it's okay. It will not work. But the information wise, it is right info only, right? Like 1 or 0. 1 means missing, 1 means available, 0 means missing. So we have discussed a scenario where something is less than 10% issues. Then you do the imputation. If what is it? If it is a continuous variable, if it is discrete variable, you do this is standalone imputation. If it is discrete variable based on the target variable or based on bad rate or based on target, you impute. Here also imputation only. If it is more than or equal to 50% issues, okay, simple. You create an indicator variable 0, 1 if it is continuous variable. Even if it is discrete variable, you keep everything else as it is. You simply put it as 0, 1. 0 means available, 1 means missing, or any other definition is also fine. What about the middle portion? What about the middle portion? What if there is a 20% missing, 20% issue? Now this is a tricky scenario. Look at this, all of you. Think about this. 20% issue. That means it is not so much very small population that I can simply, let's say income is the column. 20% is missing, 80% is available. It is not a small population that I can simply find the average of this and replace that. I'm not really comfortable doing that. Maybe 20, 25, 30% if it is the case, then just simply replacing that with this one, I'm not comfortable. Do you understand why I'm not comfortable? Can somebody explain me why simply replacing this 20% of the data with the mean of the rest of the 80% of the data is not a perfect idea? Tell me why. Because this is not negligible population. Yeah, 20% is a significant one record out of every 5 records. Yeah, it's a good amount of data. There is a large portion of the data. Somehow, see, if you do this imputation, look at this, if you do this imputation, give another data scientist this data, will he ever get to know 20% of the income was missing, a significant portion of the income was missing? Will he ever get to know that? Here also in utilization also, he will not get to know that 3% of the data has outliers, but it was fine, 97% was clean. Maybe he will not get any wrong notion. But here, 20% of the data, significant good amount of data is missing here. Somehow we need to carry forward that information. Do you agree with that point? The only reason why we are worried slightly here is there is a good amount of information, significant amount of information, more than 10% of the data has issues. Then you need to do two steps. Can somebody guess the two steps? Step number one is replace missing. Step number one is replace missing with what? Median. This is step number one. Can somebody guess the step number two? Somehow taking forward this information that something was missing, a significant portion was missing. Can you make a guess? What is step number two? That means for cleaning one variable, you are resulting into two variables. First variable is cleaned version, and the second variable is what? Creating an indicator variable. That's right. Now, how will this indicator variable look like? Tell me.
0 and 1.
0 and 1. 0 may be missing indicator. 1 may be not missing. Now, if there is any hidden pattern in this, since it is a significant portion, if there is any patterns associated with this, they will be captured here. Maybe whomsoever has not given their monthly income, maybe bad rate is high there. Whomsoever has declared their monthly income, bad rate is low there. Model will have a chance to detect this pattern when it gets a chance, when it looks at this particular variable, indicator variable. So in this third scenario, like monthly income, if you go back to monthly income, you will realize that it's a continuous variable, that's all right, but it has 20% missing. So then you are going to create two new variables. What is the first variable? Monthly income new. That will be a simple imputation with median. What is the second variable that is also very important that need to be done? This is monthly income indicator. That will take zeros comma ones. By using one variable, we are creating two variables. While building the model, it is important that we use variable 1 and variable 2 always. Let the model decide if there is any pattern in this data, it will take it forward, which again works in most of the credit risk models.
Sir, you're saying that for every variable which has missing value, you have to create two new variables?
When? In which scenario? In which
20
scenario?
to 50. I mean,
10 to 50. Or maybe, yeah, let's say maybe slightly higher, 20 to 50. So there are different ones. There is not a single method that we follow everywhere. Missing also you will check. If it has only 2% missing, then what will you do? 2% missing, 98% clean. Then will you create two new variables?
No, sir.
So let me give you some scenarios and tell me the answers. Okay. Let's say there is a variable called debt ratio. There is a variable called monthly income. There is a variable called utilization. Okay. Utilization has 2% issues, 98% clean. What will you do here? Tell me. All of you need to answer. Utilization has 2% issues, 98% clean. 2% missing, let us suppose, and 98% clean available. What will you do? Standalone imputation. Yes or no? Why? What is the reason? Will you create two variables or one new variable out of this? Will you create two variables or one variable?
one
Single. Okay. Now the second one is debt ratio has 75% missing. Only 25% data available. What will you do?
will create indicator.
We will create a new variable and we will forget about this 25% of the values that are available. Simply it will be an indicator variable. So we will create only one variable, which is indicator variable, which will take values 0 and 1. Yeah. And we will not use it. By you will not use, Ajay, you meant to say you will ignore debt ratio, but you have to use the indicator variable, right? Drop and create the indicator variable. That's right. Let us suppose income, which is happening here, 20% has issues. What will you do here in this case? What will you do? Two new columns will be created. Yes or no? First column will be cleaned version, which is imputed version, imputation. This will be variable 1. What about the second column?
Indicator of 1 and 0.
Indicator. Now have you understood all the scenarios?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So depending on the type of the missing or the outliers or the issues, basically depending on the percentage of the issues, you need to take the right step. Are you with me? Now, once we know this, we will go back to our original code file and then check it. Then I'll take some more questions on this. Okay. So here, if you look at the monthly income has around 20% issues. We have already seen it. This is the percentage of missing values. Simply what am I doing here? First, I'm creating the indicator variable. Check this out, all of you. This code you must understand. Monthly income indicator equal to 1. I'm creating a new column called indicator equal to 1. Can you tell me what is the second column doing? What is the second line of code doing?
It is initializing 0 to all null value.
If the value is null, it is assigning 0 to that.
Perfect. And what about the rest of the values? Then if it is not null, what will be that value?
1.
1. Where did we mention it? In the memo line, isn't it?
Yes,
First
sir.
we filled everything with 1 and specifically get null values, fill them with 0. Should it work? What do you think? It should work, isn't it?
Yes.
So if you check that out, you will
Yes, sir.
find out that wherever it was missing, which happens to be 29,000 rows or zeros now, 1,000. Are we done or we have to do one more step? Monthly income indicator is created. We have to create monthly income new. Check this code. This is the first line, which is a simple copy. What about the second line? What is happening here? Can somebody tell me this line?
You are replacing null value with median.
Perfect. Okay. That will be the new one. You replace the null values with the median value. Now there are no more null values. In fact, instead of describe, what I need to check is whether there are any null values. Monthly income new null is what we have to see, because outliers we haven't yet treated in this. Again, we may have to go one more pass on this one. So here monthly income new, check the null values. You will find out that there are no more null values, 0 null values. These are the methods that we used to follow when I used to work for Citibank. Like the way I have received one of the question in the chat window. Why these threshold? Why is it like less than 10%, less than 10%, 10 to 50%, and then more than 50%? Yes, the answer is also written. They work the best way. So after trying so many other techniques, so many other heuristic techniques are also there. So in the banks, what I observed is they follow these rules. Maybe there are other ways to fill it as well. Maybe you can come up with an even innovative method, which is all fine. Make sure that you have solid logic to back it up. You have solid methods to show. Here, using these, if you apply these techniques, I can show you on a larger number of data sets, they work perfectly. All the banks are following it. Okay. Maybe if you have any other method which works best way, we can always follow that, because these are not kind of rules. These are suggestions. Okay. These suggestions, most of the time, these tips and tricks work. This is more like a practical experience rather than learned learned in a book or published in a paper or somewhere. Okay. Any questions on this?